Hello students. So hope you all are following the videos and doing the question answers. I can see that no one is asking any question. It's good. It's easy for me to teach it now. So in my last video I finished up to the construction of motor. So today what we'll study about the electromagnetic induction or electricity from magnetism. What is electromagnetic induction? So the production of electricity from magnetism is called electromagnetic induction. Electricity from magnetism. Okay. So these two things, So in up to here in this chapter, we studied that a conductor gets some of the magnetic effect when current flows through it. But now we will use that and we will see that how electricity is get produced from the magnetism. Okay. So to understand it, we will see this chapter. Now we will see this topic. Okay. So the process of electromagnetic induction has led to the construction of generator and producing electricity in power stations. The electricity which you are using at your home or the generator which is working, okay, whether it is a diesel generator or petrol generator or any kind of generator which you see in your daily life, all those generators work in this principle only. What was the principle? That when a conductor moves in an electromagnetic field, then it produces current, or the movement of conductor in a magnetic field produces electric current. That is the principle. And how do we get that? A galvanometer, through a galvanometer. A galvanometer is an instrument which shows us the production of electric current through which we can detect the current. Here you can see two pictures. Okay. In picture A and picture B. So in picture A we are moving the conductor in upward direction, and in picture B we are moving the conductor in downward direction. You can see the galvanometer reading. In both the galvanometers, the arrow mark is in opposite directions, if you will notice. This shows that when we change the direction of movement of conductor, then the direction of magnetic field also changes. Okay. Or we can say that direction of induced current is also changes as soon as you will change the direction of movement of the conductor. Okay. So two ways are there to change the direction of induced current. First one, change the direction of movement, and the second one, change the movement of magnet, keep the conductor static, and change the magnetic field. In that case also, changing magnetic fields means make the north pole to the south pole and south pole to the north pole. Then in that case also the induced current's direction will get changed. Okay. So these are the two different ways through which you can produce the electricity. Here in this picture you can see that a person is moving a conductor in a coil. Okay. So when we move a conductor in forward and backward direction in a circular coiled wire through which current is passing, in that case also the current when we move a magnet, okay, through a coil wire, in that case also current get induced. And as you can see in this picture, when the movement of magnet is in forward direction, then see the galvanometer reading, and when we pull back the magnet, in that case look at the direction of galvanometer's arrow, it is changing. So by changing the movement of the magnet, we can change the direction of induced current. Okay, so through which we come to the conclusion that the conduction necessary for the production of electric current means the current will produce, okay, only when the magnet will move or when the conductor will move. Okay, the relative motion should be there. Okay, if relative motion between the coil and between the coil and magnet will not be there, then the current will not induce. So it is very necessary to have the relative motion. Any one of both should move, whether it is a conductor or magnet. Okay, so there should be a relative motion between coil and magnet for the production of electricity. Means any one should move. Okay, if both will remain static, then current will not induce. Okay, so how does it happen? Just imagine, okay, that in a magnetic field, the field lines are there, which are also called as flux. So when we move a conductor in that field lines, okay, then those field line gets cut. Okay, or we can say in other words that we are cutting the flux, and because as we cut the flux, the current induced in the conductor, and that becomes the region of production of current. Okay, so it is very necessary to cut the flux. How will you cut the flux? You will cut the flux only when you will move the conductor or will move the magnet. Okay, so after performing a large number of experiments, Faraday and Henry made following observations. What were the observations? The current is induced in a coil when it is moved relative to the fixed magnet. Okay, so current will induce only when the coil will move in a fixed magnet, or current is also induced in a fixed coil when magnet will move. So any one will have to move, or whether it is coil or magnet. Third observation was no current will induce in the coil when coil and magnet both are stationary relative to one another. If both are stationary, in that case also current will not induce. Okay, so anyone has to move. There should be a relative motion. If the relative motion is not there, current will not induce. First one was when the direction of motion of coil is reversed, the direction of current induced in the coil gets reversed. Okay, so as soon as you will change the direction of motion, then the induced current direction will also get changed. And the fifth one was the magnitude of the current induced in the coil can be increased. The magnitude, how can we increase the magnitude of the current induced? First one, by winding the coil on the soft iron core. Second, by increasing the number of turns in the coil. Third one, by increasing the strength of magnet. And fourth one, by increasing the speed of rotation. So अगर हम लोग सॉफ्ट आयरन कोर का कॉइल बनाएं तो भी करंट जो इंड्यूस होगा वो बढ़ सकता है. नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स अगर कॉइल का बढ़ा दें तो भी इंड्यूस्ड करंट बढ़ेगा. अगर स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मैग्नेट को बढ़ा दें तो भी करंट बढ़ेगा. और अगर हम स्पीड ऑफ रोटेशन ऑफ कॉइल बढ़ा दें तो भी मैग्नेट तो भी करंट इंड्यूस होगा। सो ये सारे केसेस हैं इंडक्शन ऑफ करंट के। सो नाउ वी विल सी द फ्लेमिंग्स राइट हैंड रूल टू नो द करंट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, है ना। सो व्हाट इज Fleming's right hand rule? Hold your thumb, the forefinger and the center finger of your right hand in right angles to one another. Okay, your thumb, your forefinger and your middle finger in right hand of your right hand. Okay, in in right angle of your right hand. Okay, and how should you adjust your hand? So adjust your hand in such a way that the forefinger points the direction of magnetic field. The forefinger points the direction of magnetic field and the thumb points the direction of the motion. Then in that case your middle finger will show the direction of induced current. Okay. So this is how you need to adjust your hand. Adjust your hand in a way that your forefinger should show the magnetic field, your thumb should show the motion of magnetic field, then the middle finger will show the induced current. Okay, so that is Fleming's right hand rule. So induction of current, we use this principle in generators to produce electricity. So in next video we will see how does the generator works, what is the construction. Two types of generators are there, DC and AC. So what is the principle of generator, what is the difference between DC generator, AC generator, and what is the difference between generator and motor. That also we will try to understand in next video. Till then, bye.